For Easter, our family decided to travel to Brightwaters, a city in Lake Macquarie. But on our way, we made a few stopovers. We left around 10 AM on Good Friday, and because restrictions has just eased, everyone was eager to leave town. And to escape the bumper-to-bumper traffic, we had lunch at Chill Chow Garden. We also met up with the rest of the family who we will be travelling with. This restaurant is known for the Chill Chow food, such as deep fried chicken san tong sauce, deep fried tofu, Chill Chow congee, stir fried rice noodle with XO sauce, and Chill Chow soy duck. Before we continue on our trip, we had to top up on dessert and coffee at McDonald's. And so began our trip up north, and we planned to visit Mount Penang Gardens on the way. But we forgot it was closed as it was public holiday, so this became our toilet break. We finally arrived at our home for the next few days. Our Airbnb was very spacious, having both an upstairs and downstairs area to kick back. The house was modern and very clean, with many beds to fit our whole family. Being only a few minutes away from Lake Macquarie, we decided to do some afternoon fishing. We began setting up our inflatable kayak at Brightwaters Park, and with only a few pumps, we were all set up. Tasked with catching our dinner, the four boys, Norris, Roger, Calvin and I, set out and caught nothing. For dinner, we headed to Boatshed, a local family restaurant showcasing fishing trophies of all the fish we couldn't catch. With all our hard work today out in the lake, we decided to kick back with a beer. I was surprised they offered Sapporo beer here. Food-wise, they served the typical fish and chips, steak, and burger, though I was surprised that they did slip an Asian beef salad in there. Food was affordable and definitely hit the spot. After dinner, we decided to play some board games. Not often do you get everyone together, so we decided to play some Throw Burrito. The rules are quite self-explanatory. Throw the burrito and make sure you don't get hit. The next day we woke up nice and early, filled our stomachs up, and headed out to try our hands at fishing again. We were quite lazy and kept the kayak inflated from yesterday. The lake was calm and relaxing, and we had more luck today than the whole of yesterday, landing this one little fish the whole morning. After heading back, we showered and cleaned up, and headed for Bunnell Bay Shopping Centre, where we met up with our family friends, the Kwongs and the Seals, who will be joining us for the rest of the day. For lunch, we ate at the food court, where we could choose between Vietnamese, fish and chips, and cafe food. We opted for corn dogs, steak sandwiches, French toasts, and pancakes. Now that we had some reinforcements and some local intel, we headed to Sunshine Park this time, trying to catch some dinner to go along with our BBQ. Upon arrival, we had a chat with a local who caught 3 40cm brims. And you know what they say? The more rods, the more catches. At least in theory it does. Without any success, we moved down the road to a pier, and this time we actually managed to catch something. And by we, I mean the kids, Charlotte, Marcus and Audrey, who all caught something. After a long day of fishing, we started preparing our dinner. We had juicy tomahawk steaks, a garden salad, sausages, grilled octopus, prawns and garlic bread. Oh, and also Charlotte's fish, which was the only keeper of the trip. It was nearing the end of the day, and it was time to say goodbye to the Kwongs and the Seals. The next day, Easter Sunday, no fishing was done today, and instead our day started off with Chef Nori cooking up some jia jia mian topped with a sunny-sided egg. After breakfast, we had our virtual service before heading to Hunter Valley for a day trip. We made a lunch stop at Cessnock, which was practically empty except for 2 cars. Our options were limited being a public holiday, so we dined at Grinder's Espresso Bar and Flowers. we made our way to Hunter Valley and arrived at our first winery, D. Yuli, or something like that. I mean, even the staff had troubles pronouncing it. We had a few different reds and whites, but nothing really stood out to us. We then headed to Sabor, a famous dessert bar in Hunter Valley. While some of us ordered, the remainder of the group visited the neighbouring chocolate factory. They offered a wide variety of chocolates, sauces and souvenirs, typically on the pricier end. Yay, desserts have arrived, and in true Asian fashion, we managed to share 4 desserts between the 11 of us. This here is Hanging Tree Winery, sitting on the fringe of Hunter Valley, and is spacious and scenic. Wine was really good with very friendly staff, but the main attractions here are the adorable doggies roaming freely around the estate. Look at what tricks they teach them here. They even know how to imitate humans. Ate at Trinity, the fanciest restaurant of this trip, and no better way to celebrate Calvin's birthday than this. To continue our drinking habits, we started off with sangria, and although portions were small, the food was delicious. We ordered crab linguine, wagyu crispy potato stack, pan-fried fish with puree, beef lasagna, and 2 pizzas, garlic and prosciutto. It's the end of our trip, and after packing our bags and cleaning up the house, we visited Long Jetty at Central Coast. It turns out there's 3 of these jetties, all which are quite long. The last stop of our trip is a lunch break at Carl's Jr. Carl's is an American fast food restaurant, currently with 3 stores in New South Wales. They have refill stations, which is quite rare, with Hungry Jack's being the only other fast food that does it in Sydney. Their burgers reminded me of a Whopper, but it's definitely worth a try. And that's the end of our trip. I hope to see you all next time.